Welcome back, and this was not planned. Let's throw together some birria tacos. Here's some liquid smoke. It's the pure stuff. It doesn't have any of the additives. And then we have the Grill Mates Montreal steak seasoning. It's the smoky version. And on the left is Grill Mates butter garlic. I think that's new from them. Then the pepper, allspice, cloves, cumin, and 3 bay leaves. So birria tacos are usually made with goat or beef. I'm going to use beef. As you see here, this is USDA choice level. It's got good marbling up here at the top especially, and it's about close to 3 pounds. Let's get this cut up, but first we have something else to do. So I want my large cast iron skillet to be heating up while I'm cutting the meat. We are going to use extra virgin olive oil, which has a higher smoke point than most people think. It's between 375 and 405, something like that. So we want to sear the beef, and then we'll take the next step. When I'm not doing a strictly traditional and authentic recipe like I did with my jerk chicken, I'm going to add stuff to it. Here's my oil. It's garlic infused oil that I bought, and I added spices and seasonings to it. And it's just going to add a little extra flair. My prerogative, my kitchen. I do not claim that this is accurate to tradition, but what I do claim is that it's going to be outstanding. We could have used a binder here, but like I said, I didn't really plan this out. So what I'm going to do is just put the seasoning on there and push it into it and give it a better chance to stick. Plus that salt and these rubs are going to pull some of the moisture out and help it stick as well. Trying to keep this video as close to 10 minutes as possible, I have to heavily edit out the actual cooking times on screen. So the actual cooking times is on this beef is 7 minutes, 7-8 minutes per side. So you may have difficulty finding the real guajillo peppers and the pasilla peppers in a store, but hopefully you can. If not, find a specialty store. But here's the guajillo and the pasilla, ancho. Here's the meat. Set that aside, and we're going to take off the stems and deseed them so that it won't be too hot a sauce. Actually, it's called a consomme dipping sauce. It can be eaten like a soup as well. So you can use water or beef broth. I like the beef broth because I like more flavor. 50% less sodium though. I can adjust the sodium to my own liking. Let's get this onion going. Some people will saute the onion first, and you can do that if you'd like. This is the way I do it. I'm just going to let it go in the pot like onion would go into chili. It's going to be cooking for between 2 and 3 hours, so the onions will get all that flavor in there. Okay, the broth is heated up good enough. Let's get these peppers in here to rehydrate. I want them in there for at least 10 minutes to soften them up, and these are going to go in a blender with the bay leaf in there and a tomato. The onions are going straight into the pot, but after 10 minutes or so, drain it into another pot. And we save those peppers. I'm going to go into a blender after I get the bay leaves out. Tomatoes, some people use tomato paste, but I'm going to use some tomato sauce, just pure Hunt's sauce. Get the peppers in there and a half a cup of the broth. So we're going to want a half a teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of cloves. We just won't fill it all the way up. And then about a tablespoon of cumin. Black pepper, of course. And liquid smoke. Roasted garlic. Uh-oh. Forgot the Mexican oregano. Okay, got a tablespoon of Mexican oregano in there. And you'll find that a lot of the recipes call for a stick of cinnamon as well. And that's not going in this recipe. Nowhere near it. Does not suit my palate. But you do what you want to do. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the beef broth so it covers the meat. Probably about 5 cups of beef broth total. Bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for 2.5 to 3 hours. Slowly braising that meat till it's tender. Okay, so after 2.5 to 3 hours, take it off, let it cool, put it in the fridge for a couple hours or the next day. And then when you take it out, the fat will have congealed on top into a solid, and you can take some of that out. And don't worry, this will be put to good use. We are going to be frying the tacos in this fat. Instead of oil in the pan, this gold in a bag is what we're going to be using. Let's heat it back up. As for the cheese for this dish, if you can't find the Oaxaca cheese, then I recommend mozzarella, but by all means try to get the traditional Oaxaca cheese. Get this shredded up by hand, and then we'll get to the meat and shred it up. You didn't forget about this, did you? Red gold right here, or orange. So we're going to dip the flour tortilla into the consomme. Start frying these up. So what I'm going to make is the first two. My brother-in-law doesn't want any meat, so what I'm going to do is put in refried beans and cheese. So laying flat, I let this go about 4 minutes before I folded them into the taco shape. And once I fold them, I let them go 2 or 3 more minutes on medium high. Flip them for another 3 or 4 minutes to crisp the other side up. Then I pull these bad boys. They look good, nice and crispy. All right, let's try a couple more with meat, onions, cilantro, lime afterwards. So this is my first time making them, as you could probably tell. But what I learned this time is not to put too much cheese into the taco because it will overflow, get onto the skillet, burn, and make the flour tortilla want to stick or tear. So just don't get any cheese in the skillet and I should be good to go next time. Otherwise, you'll have to clean it out, the pan out, before making more. So the future ones do not stick. I did notice that not having that layer of flavor, the hot sauce, it doesn't quite knock it out of the park, but with this it does. Layers of flavor. Dip it. So it's the 21st and the Lions won. And I think I won as well, because this is excellent.
Great. Wunderbar. Wunderbar.
Thanks for watching.